Hello, Manitoba Metal Detecting Group members. Randy here, and it is November 23rd today, and metal detecting season has come to an end. And I see people have been posting to the Facebook site, and they've been posting their clad counts and what they found over the season. So it's my turn to do it, and I finally got the opportunity. I'm off work right now, so I spent the whole last evening going through all my clad coins and some of my goodies that I found over the season, and I'm going to show it to you. Also, I'm going to show you how rewarding the hobby of metal detecting can be, because I've been doing this now, it's going on 14 years, I believe. And in the 14 years, I've accumulated a lot of stuff, including coin collection, including all the metal detecting equipment that I own, which is in the thousands of dollars because I've upgraded my equipment several times. Since I started metal detecting in 2007, I think it is. I think I've gone through probably about 12 metal detectors, and I still have 4 that I use on a regular basis. That's my 4 that I use, 2 for water detecting and 2 for land detecting. And all that is courtesy of the money, the clad coins that I found, I've accumulated, I've put together to buy new equipment, which I'll show you throughout the video. Anyways, to start with this video here, I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to show you some of the things that I found this season, some of the clad that I found this season, and what I have left. Some of it, I actually spent some of the clad already. I bought a couple of stuff to upgrade my equipment, like I said I do. And I hope that you do the same thing. So here, I'll turn the camera around, and the first thing I'm going to show you is my penny count. So I don't know what's in here. I didn't count it. But what I can tell you is I don't even want to count it because there's so much to do. And I got to sort it. There is some old pennies in here yet. Oh, I just see there's another nickel here. So I haven't really sorted everything out. I just kind of put it together last night. It was dark on the table here. Got a few older pennies here that came out of this pile, and again I haven't sorted it. 1949. I seen here there was an American 1935. 1942 Canadian coin. Here's a couple coins I probably pulled out of the water, and I could show you. Look how thin they are. Isn't that amazing? That's from being in the water. I just pulled these out of the pile. I just noticed them. Moving on. Here's a couple silver dimes. Now I do have more silver coins, but I have them put away into a safe, and I don't feel like bringing them out. Here's a coin that came out of the box. 1901 dime. 10-cent piece. 1901 King George. That's pretty worn, pretty tarnished, but it's a nice coin. Then you'll see here I've got 4 of these tomback nickels. They call them tombacks. They're kind of square-edged nickels. I got a shitload of American dimes. Pardon my language, but most of these came, I believe, from Birds Hill Park. You get so many American tourists there. They lose coinage, and the metal detector does not miss these dimes. It's super at finding American dimes, American coins in general. Here's my dime pile, and I probably got, I'm going to say probably 10 bucks plus there. American coins, American quarters. Find them, like I said, my metal detector, Minelab Xterra 705. It does not miss American coins or silver coins. You'd have to be deaf in the ears to miss these coins. It just rings out so loud. It's unmistakable. I've got 4, 8, 12, 16, 17, 18 American coins alone that I just pulled out of this pile here. There could be more. These are all quarters from this season, and I don't know what the count is there. I'm sure there's probably 40 bucks in quarters alone. I haven't counted. I will be counting. Moving over here, here's a nickel pile. And nickels are actually a little harder for my machine to find, but there is a distinct ringtone to it, and there is a number, VDI number, that tells you what number the nickels are. But for some reason, that number can jump to another number for various reasons. I have a few American nickels here. They always ring up at a different number than the Canadian nickels, of course, because of the content inside Canadian nickels are a combination of nickel and zinc, where the American coins are more nickel. As you can see, I've got some loonies here. I've got 18 loonies here, but I had over 150 between the loonies and the toonies. And throughout the season, I did use some loonies for either coffee when I was out metal detecting, or else I used them at the car wash. But mostly, about 2 weeks ago, I gathered up my loonies and toonies, and I went to my buddy OK John Metal Detectors, and I bought myself a new pair of headphones, which I needed desperately. And while I was there, I bought this beautiful diamond digger. It's a digging tool, and John gave me a good price on it, of course, because he gives all members discount prices. So he gave me a good price on it. So I jumped at that. I needed one, and it's got a beautiful holster that it fits into. It's a very nice tool. It's lightweight, and I think it's going to work great for my new addition to my equipment. Okay, also moving on with the clad. Of course, everybody finds these shopping cart tokens, and I just got a couple other coins here. There's a Mexican something or other, Chuck E. Cheese or something, bent nickel. Here's something that looks like it got flattened out on the railway tracks. Who knows? Here's a coin from some other country. Don't know what it is. Didn't really look at it. Of course, keys. Now, this is just what was in my pouch over the last few weeks of metal detecting. I probably have 3 times as many keys. This tiny little padlock. Here's a lock for a wheel lock for a car that I found. Thimble, military button, pendant. You can see other pendants here I found. Here's a collection of my junk rings. Over the season you get a lot of junk rings. This one's actually silver. This one I found in the Kadlowich farm, and I've never cleaned it up because I just like the looks of it. And actually it does say something on here to do with a hockey team. And moving on, here's a collection of my silver rings. And also I see that's not silver. So there's some silver rings right there. Here's a neat little ring I found. It's got an eyeball on it. That's cool. A little opal earring. My wife said if there was 2 of those, she'd clean them up and wear them. But of course, you only find 1 earring. Silver chain, 925 Italian. I remember finding this. This is my first piece of silver I found in the season, and I found that at Birds Hill Beach. There wasn't even water in the beach yet. I was walking down the middle of the drained beach, and I found that. There's another ring that I found. It's called a spinner ring. The middle turns. Kind of a neat thing. It's called it's a spinner ring, but it's actually called a patience ring. Don't know why, but I guess that's what they call it. Tungsten rings. Here's 3 tungsten rings I found over the season. This ring here, I found it in the lake. It's a Cartum ring. Now, Cartum is Shriners, and it is a gold ring. It's very tarnished. That centerpiece that you see with the sword and the diamonds in it, that piece actually came apart when I was cleaning it. It actually broke off. So I glued it back in place. I took it to a jewelry store. They were going to charge me a fortune to have it fixed up their way with a rivet, because they said there's a chance that because it's so brittle, everything could break. Now, I done well in the gold field. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gold rings. I'm not actually sure about this one. It's so thin. It did ring up gold on the scale, just like the other ones, but I'm not sure if it is really gold. I'd have to get a goldsmith to check it. Here is a 18 karat or 22 karat, I'm not exactly sure, gold chain that I found, and it's I'd wear this thing, except there's one part of it that is so, it's only held on by one little wire of the chain. So, and again, it's not worth fixing. It's just too fragile of a chain. Here's a little gold arrow that I found off someone's chain. And like I said, it's nice to find this stuff. It adds to the collection. Like, not too many people even find a gold ring over the season. But having the new metal detector, the Xterra 705, it works wonders when, you know, I have that coil on it, that double D elliptical coil, and it's very sensitive to gold. So I do have an advantage on other people that have metal detectors, because when I do go over a gold ring, my detector, it doesn't really miss that ring. It's pretty good at that. Gold and silver, that metal detector is perfect for it. So I've shown you a little bit of pretty much whatever it was. Like I said, I had more loonies and toonies, but I cashed them in. I do have a few other gold rings, but they're in a safety deposit box. I don't normally bring them out, and that deposit box isn't in my house here. So it's been a good season, and as you can see, here's my ring collection from years. I got to get another case. This one's full. I'm starting to lay them around. Also, I got some other rings in my jewelry box here, a little treasure chest, getting more and more all the time. So I've got to expand. So like I said, it's been a pretty darn good season for me. I'm upgrading my equipment all the time, and what I'm going to do next is I'm probably going to get some more equipment to do with water searches. I love doing water searches. I enjoy them very much. You get to go and search areas that not too many other people do, because there's not a lot of us that do water detecting. As you new members come on board and you get more interested in some of these finds, like I said, you could find as much as I found. All you got to do is keep at it. Sometimes you get sore knees, sometimes you get pretty tired, but I did this. Every one of these pennies is me down on my knees digging. Every one of these nickels, dimes, quarters, and such, everything here, I had to go down on my knees and dig it and pull it out, bring it back. This is all stuff that people lost, that they don't even know where it ever ended up. So this is what is so rewarding about metal detecting. Now, I hope you continue to stay into the metal detecting. I hope you continue to stay with the Manitoba Metal Detecting Group. We could get together, we can go on hunts, we could do all kinds of things as group members. You don't have to go by yourself. You don't have to be scared to go by yourself, because all you have to do is post to the site that you want to hook up with somebody. I've done it several times over the season, the past season. I've met a lot of new members. I went out with most of the new members, and we've always had great times. That's how you get to know, and you get to know people, you get to know places, and you get to know the hot spots, is by sharing that information. So I hope that you all had a good season. I hope you enjoyed the season. I hope you stay with it, and I hope to see you all in April of 2018. Randy, Manitoba Metal Detecting Group, saying goodbye.